We interrupt what you're watching right now to bring you this exciting story.
It's the dust and it's the glory. 100 stripes, 100 stories. It's the pledge of allegiance on the 4th of July. It's some handwritten letters from home. It's some sleepless nights alone. It's his newborn baby he left with his wife. It's the red, white, and blue. Lay down, he's alive. It's the red, white, and blue. 40 stars and stripes. Hey. From the fields of Indiana to the swamps of Louisiana to the golden coast of California, Uncle Sam's the only family he's got. His purple heartbeat won't stop. And his 18th birthday was the day he was born. It's the red, white, and blue. Lay down, here's alive. It's the red, white, and blue. 40 stars and stripes. It's the red, white, and blue. Stand on the front line. It's the red, white, and blue. Pay the ultimate price. Oh. He was a man out when he was born. His family is proud but torn. But if you knew him, you would understand. He was raised on how to be brave, just to see the facts you made. And then he came home with all he wanted. It's Mr. Red, White, and Blue. Lay down his life. Mr. Red, White, and Blue. All these stars and stripes. Mr. Red, White, and Blue. Stand on these red lines. Mr. Red, White, and Blue. To pay the ultimate price. Mr. Red, White, and Blue. Lay down his life. Mr. Red, White, and Blue. For these stars and stripes. March in line. March in line. Hey. Hey.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, good evening, Erie County. Here we are, Wednesday. Well, I tell you what, time flies. We came in on Sunday. We had a great show on Sunday matinee. We might do that again, depending on the schedules. I don't know if I have to work this weekend or not. But if I don't have to work, we'll be here. We'll let you know. But man, I tell you what, this whole winning thing is just amazing. And I, as I predicted, and like I have stated, hashtag told you so. It's just Mayor Longo, you are here. Thanks for jumping in here. Kim Hunter, Gwen, um, Lance is here, Dave's here, Kim's here. Yeah, it's nice to see Tim's here. So yeah, We got everybody coming in. That's great. The channels are coming alive. That's what I love to see. X is warming up. I appreciate that. We had a great following on X. But yeah, so breaking news, man. I tell you what, I swear this is a tactical plan that's being orchestrated and absolutely laid on the table with the utmost perfection on how to keep winning and keep going and just keep irritating the Democrats, left and right because they just can't keep up with all the winning. No taxes on Social Security over 62. That's a no-brainer. Shouldn't have never been that way anyway. Overtime, that'll be nice for the working man and woman to actually get some of their money back. Joe, nice to see you. Thanks for coming in. Joe Aspin, thanks for coming in. Joey's here. So yeah, overtime. You have to work overtime to make ends meet, but they take half of what you just made, so you have to work twice as much to get half as far. Never understood that concept. Or like when I was at work at the prison, hey, guess what? You're mandated. You have to stay over. So you get beat up. You don't have time with your family. You miss the Christmases and Easters because you have to do the mission. But then they take half of basically what you just made. This will change its trajectory of the United States. More working folks that will go to work overtime, and get to keep more of that pay. And you know what? Waitresses, I'm not condoning not paying your taxes, but when I give when Brenda and I go out for lunch somewhere, we make sure that we just put cash down. We put cash down. That way, whatever they do with that cash is on them. And I don't particularly like the horror stories that I have heard about how if you put the tip on the on your debit card, that sometimes the servers get penalized and they basically lose part of that tip. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Hi, Dave. You are live, my friend.
Permission to come aboard, sir.
Granted, make sure you don't drag your sea bag too much and get it wet.
Boy, I'll tell you what. Yeah, no tax on tips and no tax on overtime. And by golly, here on the Erie East Side, we got a place to put all that money.
You have a new bank.
That was the big news of the week.
Breaking
of the year.
news. I almost did a live from Parade Street.
Oh my God! Oh yeah.
It's a bank. Banks open and close all the time, but here we get one on Parade Street. And Dave, you sent a video. And I was absolutely, hilarious about, oh my God, what's going on up here? We have Erie Police Department. We have half the city. Is it a homicide? Is it a murder? No, it's the bank opening.
It's the bank opening. You had more cops there than you would for a murder or a homicide or whatever.
Yeah, I just hope I'm not picking on them. I'm not. This is not a shot at Erie PD any way, shape, or form. I love the men in blue. I get it. I'm wondering if they were on overtime or not, and if they had to pay tax on that.
There was even that I don't know, but there was even brass were there. I seen a couple brass. They had the brass insignias. I believe there was a lieutenant there on board there
At a bank opening on Parade Street. What does that tell you to have that
opening?
Yeah, to have that much police presence at a bank opening.
And you had the not so pale rider there with that cowboy hat on, giving the big speech.
Yeah, well, we have your video. Trust me. We're gonna that's on the deck. It's on the playlist. I have it here on the queue. We're gonna play that later. Why does a guy that is from Erie, that I think he is actually from Erie. I'm not sure. I don't think he's a carpetbagger like the other guy that dresses like a cowboy.
I'm not sure where he's from.
Yeah, I don't know. Bishop Brock's Bank. Kim Hunter, Bishop Brock's Bank.
But this is the poorest section of the city, and they're opening up a bank. They had banks down around here years ago.
12th and Parade.
They had the Union Bank at 12th and Parade.
Yep.
That was a beautiful bank too, by the way.
Gorgeous.
I had an account there.
Yep.
That was. I don't think they could tear that down today because that would probably be under the historical buildings category.
They do what they want anyway. It doesn't
Because that
matter.
looked. I mean, they had a big vault in there, one of them big round
I
vaults.
remember. Yeah, I remember. And the pillars, the big cool pillars.
Yeah, the big pillars out front. I believe they had the clock up on top.
Yep. Yeah.
They tore that one down. Then they had another bank over there on the east side. They had it over on like around 6th and Wayne, that plaza there. You know that plaza?
Yeah.
Right next to the Bayfront Highway at 6th and Wayne.
No kidding.
I had an account there too.
Yeah, well, I remember the one at 12th and Parade because it was like this Roman Gothic with the pillars and all. It was cool. It was a cool looking bank.
Yeah. Well, there was one in that plaza there at 6th and Wayne, and there was another one on 8th and East Avenue, and
Really?
they closed that one down.
Well, yeah, because they're not making any money.
Oh, but Brock has a better idea.
Yeah.
The Erie people doing Erie things. Banks around the country apparently have been closing.
Yes, they are.
But Brock, because he wields that big stick, these politicians will buckle under, and and the people that own these businesses, we'll build a bank for them.
Well, it was political pressure, and you're absolutely right.
Exactly, it was all the way around.
Yeah, that bank is. I want to go down there one day and see how big it really is because it looks like it's like as big as my garage. Really,
right?
I mean, it's just a tiny little branch just to pacify that Brock and the Brock's little crew down there to make sure that they're warm and fuzzy, that they have a bank that they can walk to. Okay, well, we'll see how long they keep it up when they're just bleeding money out of it.
Yeah, that's all it was. Placate those people,
I get it. It's politics 101.
Yeah.
They got to do everything they can for what I think. What is it? 9% of the Erie population is African American. 15% it bumps up to when you go to the county level. But here we are building a bank. I want a bank here in my neighborhood. No, I don't. But I'm just being a butthead.
Yeah, but they were. I noticed all the people that were there. You had Mr. Harkins there. I seen him.
Of course.
You had Spoon.
Yeah, I saw him there.
You had Brock. I believe you also had Mr. Anderson was there.
Well, he's running for office, so he has to be relevant.
What's he running for?
I read that he's running for Carl Anderson's running for county council. He's going to primary.
County council. Okay.
Yeah, he's going to primary Jim Winarski.
Oh, all right. Yeah, you had Brock, and who else did I see there?
Oh, I didn't see the mayor there though. I mean,
yeah, he was there. He was there. I
seen
him in the trailer that he provided, where all the higher uppers were sitting while they were speaking.
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah, he was way on the end though.
Oh, yeah,
they shoved him way to the end for some reason.
Trust me, that's all coordinated out. When you go, being a former council chairman, when you get these events, they have your name on a chair. Trust me, it's all tactics where they're going to put you.
Yeah, but I did see him there. So at first I didn't until when I watched, because I record all the news.
Yes, you do.
All of them, 12. Noon, 11 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 5:30, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. I got them all recorded.
Nice.
So I try not to miss any of this political activity in this town.
There's a lot of it going on. Tis the season, And Chucky Nelson's been pretty quiet. I think someone told him, like, knock your shit off, because he just hasn't been on social media calling people bitches and, his standard modus operandi,
Well, he's got his signs going now.
Yeah, I saw it. You sent me the picture of that. Well, he's primaried. I bet you he thought nobody would try to take out, His Majesty off his throne. But now he's got now there's 3 of them. So now he's got to get the signs out. I saw that. And yeah.
Yeah, he got another one on. I don't know if you've seen the one. I think it's on State Street, is it?
I haven't been downtown in a while. Actually, I don't work down there anymore.
Well, he put it on his Facebook. He puts it on his Facebook.
Oh yeah, we're not friends.
He said State Street, and had a picture of a sign, his sign there. And also he had one in front of his house.
Of course.
But
Are you going to put one in front of your house?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I
But
don't think so, Ryan. Yeah.
yeah, I can't think of too much more other than I see. Oh, I seen Mr. Horton doing a little dance at the council chambers before the meeting. I don't know what that was all about.
Saw that. Well, he's
Yeah.
termed out. Who cares? He can do anything he wants. He can come in there and a thong and a tank top. No, but he's termed out.
Well, I seen Freda sitting there when he did that little dance. I'm wondering if it's maybe trying to impress Freda a little bit. I don't know.
He has to make some money. He's going to be out of a job here at the end of the year unless he gets a seat on city council.
Yeah. Any rumor on him running for anything?
Yes. Yeah. I heard. I've seen it on social media. He's running
For
city council.
city council.
City. Yeah.
Oh, city.
Yeah. We just keep. We don't change anybody. We just keep recycling the same people over and over again, expecting a different outcome.
Yeah. So they got the same political viewpoints and
they're Democrats playing on the Democrat playbook.
Yeah.
Like I was referred to them on social media, the Democrat cult party, because they just do what they're told.
And why was Pretzel on that news conference with Davis and the money man there from the casino?
Yeah, I think that was just a little psyops that they're trying to because he's so tall and Davis is kind of vertically impaired, so it's a psychological thing and there's 3 Democrats, no Republicans showed up. I mean, when I was on council, I always showed up as the chairman,
right,
and to represent. So I've never seen Drexel out of Harbor Creek other than for his meetings. So they're the 2 rebel rousers, Copeland. You should see I got some art I'll put up here, some clip art from Copeland, all the shit he's talking on social media. Wow. And his endorsements and his financial donations. I mean, he puts it right out there on blast, man,
Nice.
Yeah. Lance, you're absolutely right.
Well, all right then. I'll listen for a while.
All right, thanks, buddy. Yeah, we'll get your video up here in a couple minutes.
Yeah, all right. Have a good one.
Thanks.
All right,
see you, buddy. Yep. Our reporter from Boots on the Ground on the Lower West Side. It's always good to have an Erie perspective. I mean, Harbor Creek's kind of boring. We got 3 supervisors. They plow the roads. They have the meetings. They do some zoning stuff. They buy new headlights for their plow trucks. Hey, have a nice day. And the city varies where it's always the hot potato of stuff going on. So yeah, hey, Brendan, you want to play the Joe Pags clip? Since that's like the hot topic of the day.
In the middle of doing my show right now, but we've got breaking news from the Congress. This is being reported by Leading Report. Breaking, the spending bill that the House just passed includes no taxes on tips, no taxes on overtime, and no taxes on Social Security. It's the question that I'm being asked by people more than anything else. When is that going to happen? No taxes on overtime, tips, and Social Security. In fact, those on the left in this country want us to believe that Trump somehow did not tell the truth on the campaign. Wanted us to believe that Trump somehow lied on the campaign. He just said that to get the votes. Well, now it's actually been passed by the House of Representatives, and now it would normally just go to the Senate. If the Senate passes it, then the president would sign it. Now, that's a really big deal because, again, promises made, promises kept. And a lot of people want to claim, like he just said, anything he had to say to get voted in. So let me reiterate. Breaking news. No tax on overtime, no tax on tips, and no tax on Social Security. That is in the bill just passed by the United States House of Representatives. I'll have more for you right here. Make sure you're following. Come on.
That's some awesome stuff. There it is. Joe Pags, syndicated radio talk show. Huge TikTok influencer. He broke into his regular scheduled show to talk about that. Sorry, Kim. That I played a video right when you called. So here, I'll call you back. So we got the technology.
Hello.
Hey, you're live. Sorry about that. I was in the middle of a video.
Oh, I see that. I think I have a delay or something.
You do.
But
It
I'll
does.
tell
There's
you
a
what,
delay.
I watched Trump meet with his whole cabinet, and boy, did they all look pretty.
Purdy and badass.
Badass
Yeah.
and Purdy, and I'll tell you what, nothing like his last cabinet. And boy, were they on it. If they had a question, they couldn't get stumped. I'll tell you that much. It's going to be a beautiful, beautiful thing.
Yeah, well, that's what they wanted. I mean, he took let's face it, the first year it's huge. Hey, Mark, thanks for coming by. Jeff, coming by. Um, and we got B Coon in there too. Everyone's popping in there, you know.
Yay, Miss
So
B.
yep, she's here. So yeah, it's an issue of, you know, he made a couple mistakes on his first run, did some good things, and then he had a break to step back and regroup and come up with a real good game plan. And he's coming out with guns a blaring. Now watch
Oh,
someone will take
yeah.
that. Look at Shank threatening violence on the internet.
And I'll tell you, these people that they're going to find, okay, these people out there putting the pictures of ICE agents with their names and numbers on telephone poles. I'm telling you what, I feel bad for the people that did that, because once Cash Patel and Tulsi Gabbard catch them, ooh, they're going to be in for some big ass trouble.
Well, yeah, it's just like, you know, when these people are online threatening the president, you know, it was, don't worry about it. It's just, you know, no, they are going to get you. They're going to lock you up. They're going to prosecute you because you know what? They've tried to kill him at least with that we know of 2 times. God only knows how many other times have failed and they just kept it quiet. But I don't think Trump would be keeping that one quiet.
No,
No.
I guess apparently they're making several death threats after Tom Homan. He's like, hey, I got state police from my yard, but if they get by them, come on, feel free, bring it on.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
He
I
kind of
gotta.
reminds me of you, Brian. It's kind of scary. He's like, bring
Well,
it on, come on,
I'm
listen, come.
I'm not scared, you know, and I'm
Yeah,
not. I've jumped out of perfectly good airplanes. I was married before, so you know,
yeah.
I'm not
So
too
he's like,
scared.
bring it on, baby.
Yeah.
You know, and this thing with these illegals, guys and girls, I want you to know. You know, Dave was wonderful. Brian was wonderful to put Liz Allen out there for us to all watch. They are lying. Okay. We've had no ICE raids in any schools, in
No.
any check cashing places, or anything like that. The city of Erie is holding 9 people in the Erie County Prison on an ICE detainer. You know, they're going to tell you, oh, they were just walking to work, and the reason they got picked up is because they're brown and speaking Spanish.
No.
False. Erie police don't have time for that.
No.
Okay.
No.
These
They're
people obviously did something. And what it comes down to is there's no such word as undocumented citizen. It's made up.
no. It's well, it's a real word that the Democrats have put into their vocabulary. That way, it's just it is what it is. You know, they're
Right.
undocumented. No, they're here illegal. You know,
They're
talk to the guys.
here illegally.
They're here
Okay. If you
illegally.
got kids at Gannon from another country, they're here on a student visa, they're not going to have any problems.
No.
Erie police does not want to deal with the paperwork.
Well, no. What actually all they do is they just call immigrations, and immigration deals with
Right.
it. You know, that's
You know,
their job. Yeah.
and what these people, and they're going to whine, oh, what can we be doing about it? Not a damn thing. Because you know what? If you do something about it, you're going to lose all the federal funding, and then you're going to be whining and screaming even more about that. So I applaud the Erie police doing their job, helping out ICE. They're doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you, and you know, but yeah, what's the big news? What's coming up Friday?
Friday, yay, guys and girls, we're going to have the best MC in the whole world at Calamari's at 6 o'clock for my grand kickoff party. We're going to have some great candidates there, not just me. It's team effort, so you can talk to other candidates running. We will have a table with petitions on them. I'm going to try and remember to make some little cards. Remember, if they're running for a city position, you have to live in the city to sign those.
Right.
All the other petitions, you can sign any. You can basically sign any petition there except for when it says city only. Uh, I don't know if many of you met him at the Lincoln breakfast, but Miss Maria Batista already had an obligation, so her son Joey's not going to be able to come. But her son Joey is coming. Excuse me. Um, our guy Markham, who's running for sheriff, I sent him an invitation. He will be coming. So this will be a great time for everybody to get to know our new sheriff. Nate Ridner, Matt Stravinsky, they're coming. So it's not just for me. Okay, yeah, it's my campaign kickoff, but we have to win this as a group.
Oh, absolutely. And that's why, when you decided to do this, you came to us. I said, it has to be a team effort. It has to be, it's us. It's we the people. And we have to stand up. Oh, Rachel Miller. Haven't seen you in a while. Nice seeing you.
Yeah,
And
and then
and come together and have your event as a team event. Why not?
right, it
It's the
makes it fun,
make Erie great again, man.
right?
Hashtag
And we
vote
got a
red
great
instead.
girl, Brian and I know her. She sings professionally. She sang the national anthem at several NBA games. She sang it at NASCAR, and she's a really great girl. She helped me with my last campaign. She's going to come out and sing the national anthem for us. Her name is Amber, so that's why I put that on the Red Hats chat. Just a wonderful person. Can't wait for you guys to all know her. Brian's agreed to be my MC. Thank you again,
No
my
problem.
Obi-Wan. So it's going to be a lot of fun, guys. I hope you can all come out. We're going to have an open bar. There'll be some food there. Some other people are donating food. So it's just going to be a whole lot of fun where you can get together with like-minded people. We will have 2 sign-up sheets there. One is if you're interested in standing outside the polls on election day, just to pass out flyers. Even an hour or 2 helps. We'll have another sign-up sheet for anybody that wants to participate in the St. Patrick's Day on the 15th, because we will be in the St. Patrick's Day. So if you want to participate, we have a sign-up sheet there so we can make sure you have a t-shirt or whatever you want. And if anybody's interested in a Make Erie Great Again hat, Miss Brenda will have some there for sale. So it'll be a great opportunity for you to get your Make Erie Great Again hat.
Right. Oh, I
Um,
totally agree. Stan, don't worry about it. Stan just came in the room. Evening, all little township. But Stan, you're always a good follower. So don't worry about it. I got you and your mom here, so it's good.
Yeah, and I hope to see Stan there, especially Stan. He makes me laugh. Um, and March 8th, okay? You need to make reservations, but my Kelly will be in town doing an event down at the Bayfront Convention Center. So if you want to go to that, you do need to RSVP. I put the flyer on my Facebook, and when it gets closer to time, I'm sure Brian can put his up on the boots on the ground so you know who to contact.
Yeah.
Reservations are a must for this, guys, because I'm sure they don't want a bunch of protesters and Looney Tunes coming to this. So make sure that you let Miss Melanie know if you're coming or not. Because with everything that's going on with Congress and everything, I'm sure this has something to do with security.
Oh, absolutely. There's, the crazy left. I mean, really crazy left people. They're getting more and more aggressive because they're losing more and more, and it's just an issue of we just keep winning, and we won the big races, so they're pissed. That's why. I mean, they're scraping the bottom of the barrel for people to run on county council. I mean, Carl Anderson, give me a break. Come on, man. He was
Yeah,
there and he quit because he wanted to run for county executive and then tried that 3 times. And now they're gonna retread and recycle Jimmy Wirtz. He couldn't take out Dan and had one of the most nastiest, dirtiest,
expensive.
low hand. I don't care about the money because it's all PAC money anyway. But just
Yeah, but
the way they treated Dan and the lies and deception. And I have that video up on my truck. How they know that's my truck. How many people drive around in an orange Hummer? They put their dirty propaganda on my truck just to be buttheads. So
yeah,
I have no. And then the Jimmy Wirtz turned me in for misappropriating a trailer and a police car. Yeah,
I
nice
know.
try, Jimmy. Instead of just coming to me and asking me, he had to send a formal letter to council to have me removed from the Board of Elections. Gee, isn't that kind of a cool segue into all the bullshit that Drexel and Copeland are doing while they're sitting on the Board of Elections? And we're going to play that after I'm done talking to you.
Yeah, yeah. They have to be removed from Board of Elections,
Oh,
guys
it's
and girls,
disgusting.
because they're using that meeting time to talk about what a terrible person Bretton Davis is,
Personal
and
attacks.
it's just so totally inappropriate. So I believe in my, and we have, I talked to Mayor Longo today, and he's gonna, when the weather changes, we will get early, Pressler's group, early action vote. We have a representative for our area, and we will get volunteers out here to help us change the city of Erie. These
Yeah.
guys really know what they're doing.
Yeah,
And so,
they're in for a rude awakening. They really are. They think it's going to be the status quo. If you're D, you're automatically in. That ain't happening, because we learned, we saw what they did with the Trump campaign. Scott Pressler, one guy and his team changed Pennsylvania, and now he's in New Jersey, kicking the shit out of New Jersey to get these hunters registered to vote.
registered. Right. So he's going to send his early, we are able to get his early vote action team into the city. That's going to be huge for us. Huge. So, we can get everybody on board with that, especially seeing how a lot of people who assume they're going to get their mail-in ballots, guys and girls, you might not get those. So once again, I'm going to harp on this. Make sure you check your voter registration. If you signed up for a mail-in ballot, make sure you're still registered for that. Otherwise, you're going to have to get out and you're going to have to go and vote in person.
Right.
And if you do need another application, there will be several at my event. And I believe that maybe Harrison and Nate will bring some tablets with them, so we can get it all straightened out right then and there as well.
Yeah, I got my
You can use Brian's link tree, and you can just bring it up that way as well.
I got my QR code up on the screen, the big screen. All you got to do is scan that with your smartphone. It'll take you to Linktree. It'll take you, you scroll down to the bottom, and it'll take you right to the PA voter registration. And that way you can handle that way.
Right.
Really simple stuff. I mean, these guys,
Right.
thank God we got smart friends.
Right. Well, I'm going to get going, but I want to personally thank Dave for his wonderful artistry and his videos. They give me so much pleasure. And Dave, you and I are going to have to hook up, because you're going to have to make me a video, because I'm telling you what, you are the master. I'm telling you what, that last video gave me so much pleasure, and I cannot thank you enough.
Yeah, we got it. All right, Kim. Thanks, man. We appreciate it. We'll see you Friday.
All right. You'll see everybody Friday. Stay safe and stay well.
Yes. Yeah. And if you're kind of an old school kind of person and you want the actual turn that down from the light so you can see it. This is what the Pennsylvania voter registration looks like. You can register to vote. You can change your party affiliation, your address, anything. It's real simple. You just fill it out, fold it up, put a put a stamp on it, and send it in. Or if you could do that, that'd be great. I could bump at the top if you want. Shank. Yeah, you can put that link at the top. I mean, that's really important thing to have handy. So if you can just scan my QR code, go to Linktree, and they will push that link to the top, so you don't have to scroll, because there's a lot of cool information on there. But voter registration, if you want a mail-in ballot, do so. Hopefully the Erie County Board of Elections won't screw this one up like they did last time. So yeah, a lot of good stuff. But yeah, let's play Dave's video. And this is kind of a segue backwards into the grand opening of the bank.
I do not have that one.
Oh, sorry. Don't worry about that. Okay, then just play. Now, New York. New York, Trump stepped in and said, okay, New York, you guys can't charge $9 to drive down the road that the taxpayers already paid for. So what does this whack job governor do? Oh, Brenda, play that. I can see the video in the queue. Play that one. That just blows my mind.
New York Governor Kathy Hochul recently came up with a startling idea. In some parts of New York City, everyone who walks will have to pay a $1 walking tax. The tax is collected from existing traffic cameras, making walking a toll item. For example, between the upper and lower parts of Manhattan is the toll zone. The proposal was quickly met with a backlash. Critics have pointed out that this is not actually solving the traffic problem at all, but fleecing the wallets of pedestrians and tourists. One Brooklyn resident, Jamal Carter, said, "It's not about improving transportation. It's about filling a funding black hole for politicians. Drivers are already paying a $9 congestion charge.
It is.
So why should we pay to walk?" The best part is that some protesters have already said they will oppose this ludicrous proposal in creative ways. They plan to swarm City Hall with shredded bills, perhaps to remind Governor Holker that's not how money is made. Governor Holker's office, for its part, seemed unmoved by the popular response to the proposal and did not respond to the national uproar over the idea.
She doesn't
So
care.
what do you think? Is this walking tax really meant to reduce congestion, or is it just a means to empty our wallets again? If you were a resident of New York, would you support it?
Yeah. This walking is not going to. A lot of people walk in New York. It's just simpler, parking, expensive. I get it. So they're going to use their traffic cams to track you and send you a bill. Listen, if I was in New York and I was a liberal Democrat, I would just wear my mask outside. I'm just saying, I'm not saying breaking the law, but I'm just saying because with all those people walking, you might get the heebie-jeebies from somebody walking, which is absolutely ridiculous. And you wonder why we pick on the Democrats. People are like, Brian, you pick on the Democrats, you should be a little nicer. And I really do try. But these people make it easy to do it because they come up with this just crazy stuff just to tax and spend. It's just like the crap that's going on Erie County Council. I talked to Brenton today. They're texting back and forth. I said, listen, do you want whenever you want to come on the show? It's not like you do a local radio show. You get 40 minutes. If you want to talk about it for a whole hour, I don't care because this is stuff that needs to be done. He put a post up and it was talking about vetoes, and it showed how Kathy Dalkamper handled this vetoes, and nobody blinked an eye. But when when is Bretta coming back on? I don't know. We can work that out, Eric. We can, Mr. Barletta is a good guy. He's a friend of the show. He's been on before. We can, I'll reach out to Brad Paganoff and we can work that out. Great guy to interview, smart. That guy has forgotten more than I know about politics. But so when Kathy Dalkamper was the county executive, and she had to veto some things even before I got there, it was no big deal. But by God, Bretton Davis does it. It's on the front. He ended up on the front page, top fold of the Erie Times National Enquirer because of his Facebook, because the Democrats got angry and their feelings hurt that he was posting stuff on the Erie County Facebook page about politics. He's an elected official. It's going to be political. And with everything going on, it's going to be political. And so, who's at the forefront? But Rock Copeland. He is turned into a big mouth. Now, here's the thing. I mean, on his social media, he's absolutely proud of what he does. Here, I'll put this up here. There, let's go hit him up if you're willing to sign Perry Wood's petition. There he is, signing it off on the very, 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 very first one. Hey man, knock yourself out. And then we'll go to the next slide. So Rock Copeland is donating to Perry Wood. Rock Copeland is the vice chair of Erie County Board of Elections. Inappropriate. Can we say, I got to get a bell. Ding, 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 ding. Is that inappropriate? Sure it is. So here's another one about Rock and his Facebook page. Nothing pisses me off more than shoveling snow, except today. While cleaning off my driveway, I begin to complete. You guys rate it. I'm not rating it. So here he is, living. Brenton Davis gets to live inside Rock Copeland's little carpet bagging Chicago head while he's out shoveling snow. If you looked at his pictures, here he shows up to an official event. Now, Davis has got a nice suit and tie on. Copeland's got his cowboy boots. I didn't know Chicago guys were cowboys, but hey, what do I know? And this is what he, compared to a pile of shit coming from the executive's office. That, boys and girls, are the people that are getting voted in to office. If you want to think that you don't like the county executive, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. But these guys have absolutely no couth, no professionalism. They just spout off their crap, whatever comes up top of their carpet bagging heads. So yeah. And while we're on the subject of really weird things going on behind the scenes that never makes the news, and that's why I dig around on the internet and find this stuff. Again, there's nothing against the Murskys, but you got to be careful when you're playing politics, because you throw your hat in the ring, you better be careful. So here's the 2022 Erie Democratic Committee members. Let's go down to number 48, District 520, Emily M. Mursky. She's actually a committee person, and she's running around pretending that she's neutral, and she can be neutral when she worked for the Democrat Party as an attorney last year. Now, these are just facts. I mean, it's not slander, it's not hypothesis, it's not just some bullshit. There it is. She's parading around that she wants to be a judge, and she can be neutral when she's not. And this is exactly my point about these judges. You have to be careful, because these judges, look at the problems we're having with these ultra liberal judges, and look at, there's Bob Mursky. Her husband is the committee man, because you got to have a committee woman and a committee man. I don't make the rules. To me, that sounds like really sexist, but hey, what the hell do I know? So Bob's is a state representative, committee person. His wife is an attorney, and that's fine. She's a civilian, but she's a committee person, and now she's running for judge. Shows up to Republican based events, trying to pawn herself off as I'm neutral. There it is, right there in black and white. Not me. I don't make the jokes. I just tell them. So yeah, I mean, pay attention, dig around on these things. We got a lot of local races coming up. We got Jane Blystone for school board in Northeast. This is the one I talked about. I finally got Michael Pace's artwork. He's running for supervisor up in Summit. This is going to be really a cool race to watch, because his good friend Mark Sleppy, the two of them, there are Republicans that are running for the same seat. So they're going to primary each other. One of them will one will lose. They'll still be friends because they've been into politics before, and that's how it is. They're both good guys. I talked to Mark the other day at the celebrity bartending. He came down, threw some bucks in my my tip jar, and so I could donate that off. So that's the race to watch, man. Yeah, put up major event for the X Watchers. Well, I don't understand what you want, Brenda. Oh, that one. Yeah, Mayor Longo is having a join a petition signing, networking, and good eats in support of Mayor Longo and Republican candidates. It's going to be down in Slippery Rock, a little bit of a drive, but that's okay. He comes up to Erie for all the time, because right now X has exactly 100 people. So a special shout out to all our brothers and sisters down south at Slippery Rock for your support here on X. There's JD's little flyer he sent and invited us down. A lot of cast of good people coming out. We have to keep these seats red. We have to. We can't afford the Democrats anymore. We can't. And that's why they lost. That's why they lost the presidency. They lost the row officers here in Pennsylvania. And that's why we have a clear shot to get legislation through when you have Democrats that voted against I almost said something bad. Every Democrat voted against, and let me say that again, they voted against giving you and me, us, the people, a little bit of help with our overtime and tips and Social Security. They voted against it, just like the Laken Riley Act. They voted against it. They vote against allowing men and women's sports. They voted against it. Against it. That does not represent who we are, people. Now, if I could shake this thing to get your attention and so we can get people motivated to get out there and do this. We did it in November. We all did it. And look what we did. We've changed the direction of our country. Now, it's funny to watch the Democrats melt down. It is a threat to the democracy. Well, first of all, we're not a democracy. Constitutional republic. You might want to read up on that, you little haters, before you go out there and spew your hate. But yeah, I mean, this is why we cannot let up. We cannot take our foot off the gas pedal for 1 second, because the minute we do, the Democrats they're gonna try to slide in there, and they're going to get nasty. They're going to get nasty and nasty and nastier. And that's why, we need people like JD Long down there in Slippery Rock. This guy represents Pennsylvania when it's time to cast the big vote. People are like, well, who is he? I said, man, you guys really need to do your homework, because this guy is a mover and a shaker in the Republican Party. And you watch. He's never talked to me. I've tried to get it out of him, but Marines, boy, I tell you, they're tough. They don't use the whole, they believe in the whole loose lips sink ships philosophy. Anyone vote against? They did. Lance, they did. They voted against it. The Democrats voted against the Lincoln Riley Act. They voted against no taxes. And here's the kick in the teeth. You got to pay attention to history. That's why they love for us to forget it. This no tax on tips had came up before, and Kamala Harris was the vice president. It came up as a tie. It tied. And guess who was proud of herself for breaking the tie vote to vote down no tax on tips? Kamala Harris. So Google it up, research it up. It's there. She was the tie-breaking vote that voted down the legislation to allow people, the little people, the working people, that are servers. She broke the tie and voted it down. And then Trump's like, listen, we should bring this back. We should talk about this, no tax on tips. And so what does Kamala Harris do? Oh, yeah, that's a great idea. What? You voted it down. Now the Republicans pick it up. You love it's a great idea. You are the worst hypocrite I have ever met. And I thank my lucky stars every day that she lost. And she lost and lost and lost. And Pennsylvania, swing state, went for Trump. So let's take this momentum and let's roll with it. Brenda, throw a video up there. What you got for us, girl?
Well, good evening, folks. I'm going to give you a brief hello about this 402-acre Sharia city that was being planned to be built in Josephine, Texas. I can tell you that this was to be an epic city that they were planning, and I am going to guess it was planning on being built with a different president in office, because here I have a word from Governor Greg Abbott saying, to be clear, Sharia law is not allowed in Texas, nor are Sharia cities, nor are no-go zones, which is this project seems to imply. Bottom line, the project as proposed in the video is not allowed in Texas. So as you see, folks, if you've seen this video circulating, it will not be allowed in Josephine, Texas, or in any part of Texas. Have a good evening, folks.
Well, isn't that an interesting thing? We've got China buying up all our farmlands. We've got this group of individuals wanting to build their own city where we can't come in, which is basically happening in, New York City, where they have their own Sharia law police driving it around police cars that look just like New York City police cars, and nobody says a word, not one word about it. People, we are in trouble if we do not start getting our country back. And thank you, Jesus, whoever you believe in, we are doing that on the right track because we got President Trump in there. We're going to have JD Vance in there here in a couple years as president, and the winning will just keep on going. But yeah, so Brent, another video.
Bringing Christ into the classroom, and not everyone sees it as a blessing. The Texas Board of Education voting in favor of allowing access to Bible lessons in school. That vote taking place just a short bit ago.
8 yes, 7 no.
8-7, the motion passes.
Woo!
The measure will now expand Bible teachings in public classrooms for students from kindergarten through 5th grade. The curriculum is optional, but districts that adopt the lessons can expect a boost in funding. That move, backed by Texas Governor Greg Abbott, comes amid similar legal battles in states like Louisiana and Oklahoma. Our Morgan Norwood has been following the latest developments, so this doesn't come as a surprise considering this passed in a preliminary vote. So when exactly does this curriculum go into effect, and how exactly will it work, Morgan?
Yeah, good to be with you, Kira. I have to say that was an outstanding tease at the top of the show. Very witty. The motion narrowly passing an 8-7 vote, essentially the same split as it was in terms of the first pass, that first vote, which now means elementary school students will now take up this new curriculum, will be taught Bible lessons. And I just want to point out lessons such as the Golden Rule, the Prodigal Son, and supporters of this saying that the Bible is at the core of America. This is expected to be taught as soon as next school year. It is optional, as you pointed out, Kira, to adopt, but the pressure point here is that these schools will receive more funding if they did so. And so for school districts that are underperforming, in need of that money, they may feel like they need to take on this curriculum in exchange for funding other critical programs for their students, Kira.
So I'm sure it's brought about a lot of mixed reaction. What are you hearing from parents and students?
Yeah, parents, students, advocacy groups alike on both sides. I mean, they have sparred on this as it fuels that overall debate on religion in the classroom that we've seen nationwide. Advocates say that it's going to give students a better educational foundation, while critics are saying this only emphasizes Christian values, emphasizes Christian teachings, and then alienates other students who have different belief systems or religions, Kira.
Well, we're seeing similar moves in other states, right? Like Louisiana is trying to require the 10 Commandments be posted in classrooms. Oklahoma is trying to require Bibles in public schools. So where do those efforts stand?
Yeah, I want to start with Louisiana because we're learning that a federal appeals court just declined to lift the hold on that Louisiana law requiring the 10 Commandments in the classroom. Bibles, we know, have already been bought down in Oklahoma, so that is certainly happening. But certainly this latest effort here in Texas could embolden other states, and that's something that we're keeping an eye on to try similar measures incorporating religion. So when it comes to the decision in Texas, we do expect some challenges to this that could reach the Supreme Court, Kira.
All right, we'll track it for sure. Morgan, thank you.
Talk about a lean to the right. This is just a historic time. And we should all be proud to have had a hand in it, or a pen, when it was time to vote. And I get that. And I know there's going to be the argument, oh, we're going to have, this separation between church and state. I get that. They're not saying that you can't, but yes, you can. And I'll tell you what, that goes to show you how divided this country is. It was a one vote difference. Just like my cheat sheet here, with the no tax on tip things. 213 to 217. One Republican voted against it. 4 votes. One Republican voted against it. And Harrison, if you got his name, go ahead and plaster it all over there. We'll make sure that we make him, famous all over line. And I hate the term rhino, but man, sometimes you just gotta slap that label on his backside and kick him down the road, because it's just unbelievable that that any Republican would break ranks on something that helps the little people. And it's like religion. Our country was based upon freedom of religion. They didn't want a king. They didn't want the king telling them what religion to believe in, and they got pissed off over the price of tea. That's history in a nutshell. Way more complicated than that, but yeah. So, Brenda, any more cool videos for us?
There is an army of demons, of diabolical forces of hell that will contend against you, endeavoring to keep you from your promised land. But I've come to tell somebody here that I have a promised land, that God has promised me a land that flows with milk and honey, and it's mine. Come on and tell somebody it is mine.
After more than a decade-long wait, the Eagles Nest Leadership Corporation is receiving funding to build a new athletic facility.
Erie City Council approving a $600,000 forgivable loan for the project today. Chelsea Swift reports.
In April of 2022, community members and leaders gathered to celebrate the potential of a new athletic facility that could benefit young people across the city of Erie. Now, Erie City Council has finally authorized a forgivable loan for more than $607,000 for the Eagles Nest Leadership Corporation. The project will now be funded in part by one of the city's economic development revolving loans.
We've been waiting over a year, so we're ready to go, and hopefully we will have the shovels in the ground within the next few days. And it's going to take all of us, every part of the community coming together to solve the gun violence issue, and I think we can do it. Erie is small enough, but yet we have enough resources to make a significant impact and to change the trajectory of our young people to something that's very, very positive.
Chelsea Swift, Jet 24, Action News.
Yeah. Brock's on the Erie Bank Advisory Board. Isn't that convenient? Oh, Dave.
Generational wealth is the bedrock of American capitalism. It is paramount that the disenfranchised, the disembraced, and the marginalized of our community or any community understand the vital importance of generational wealth that's going to travel on down through the generations.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Eva Mastermattio.
And I'm Mike Ruzzi. Thanks for choosing Erie News Now at 6. After months of planning, financing, and building, a new branch of Erie Bank is open on the corner of 10th and Parade Street.
After months of waiting, the ribbon was finally cut at the newest Erie Bank branch on Parade Street.
God has promised me a land that flows with milk and honey, and it's mine. Come on and tell somebody it is mine.
Special shout out to Dave. Dave, thanks for putting these videos together. He is good at what he does, and he is a huge supporter. He's always done our videos for us, and again, a special thank you for that. Making it, we try to do the national, we try to do local, we try to do local, we try to do national. We try to do a little bit of a mixture just to keep everybody entertained. Just to show it. Yeah, we're paying attention to what's going on in Erie. That isn't about, rescuing 15 puppies, about what's really going on. It's you follow the money, watch the players. It's just like it's like the Erie School District. The superintendent retired. Well, I figured, he was done. He was done. No, they hired him to oversee the Chris money. What? How about we have some diversity and have some different people with different ideas that can think out of the box and just not keep playing on the same Erie box that is, like Brenton Davis always says, Erie doing Erie stuff. So yeah, I mean, this is just another chapter in why is the city of Erie going down the proverbial toilet. We have spent millions to bring this thing back. I mean, millions. And the roads suck. I was driving through Erie, I don't know, last week or something, and I just rattled my teeth out of my head because the roads are just so bad. Yeah, if we needed money for the Ukraine, no problem. We get that. Forgivable loans, and thanks for reminding me that the city of Erie, it was actually more than $600,000. Actually, they're rounding it down, but it's actually more than $600,000 forgivable loans. Now, I posted on my social media. I said it was really, really nice of the Erie City Council to kind of circulate the hat. Everybody could put some money in to pay that $600,000 of the the forgivable loan. Oh, oh, oh! Wait a minute. No, that's not how it worked out. They actually took ARPA money and took it away from people to give it to Brock to build another. Someone please tell me how many basketball courts there are in Erie, and how does that correlate to solving the gun problems? Because it's supposed to give them something to do. Yeah, good luck with that, because we've had basketball courts. It's not a new sport. It's nothing that we just basically came up with. So this is just a money grab. Look at me again, tearing down houses that pay taxes to build a facility that doesn't pay taxes. And the city of Erie is like, well, how come we're broken? How come we have to raise fees and everything? Because you're tearing down the houses that pay taxes and giving it to nonprofits. Yeah. I saw that. Stan, the new school hiree has a salary almost $250,000. We are in the wrong business. We should be in the nonprofits and have a PhD in front of our names, because when you have a PhD, which you get the big ticket, tickets, paydays. Yeah. So here, Harrison's on a roll tonight. We'll throw his up there. Yeah, that runs the board. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Well, it was just like with a DEI. We've talked about this before. The director of the DEI, the assistant director of the DEI, they have their own nonprofits. They are in charge of DEI, and they're writing each other grants, $250,000 grants, $500,000 of money we gave DEI to go help the community. They were helping themselves. That's why they got fired, and that's why we're mean and we're racist. No, you guys got caught with your hand in a cookie jar, giving each other grant money. No, thank you. Yeah. So yeah, we should be listen, you're just a mean old guy. What kind of DEI hire would you be? You're just a grumpy old guy. Might be a good band guy, Yeah, I have your new artwork here too. Send it to Brenda. Let's see. We'll put it up here. We'll give you. There you go. Yeah. Whoops. I hate it. You can't layer too much stuff. It gets touchy. Here, click that off. Yeah. Good supporters. Great band. If they're out and about, stop and see them. They're huge supporters of the show. And that's why we always give them a shout out. I will give you their oh, there it is. Thanks, Brenda. She's one step ahead of me. This is their schedule, what they're up and about doing in the city of Erie. If they're playing, please stop by and see these guys. I mean, they really put their heart and soul into that, and they're not 25, so trust me. They probably come on stage with a tank of oxygen just to help out because they're out there running around like crazy guys. So, Friday, April 4th, Doc Holidays. Friday, April 18th, Irish Cousins. I think I'm going to swing by that one because that's right by our house. Saturday, May 10th at South Erie Turners. Friday, May 30th, Last Shot Bar and Grill. And then Saturday, June 7th at the Fulton Club. So there's your nice little plug for being supporters. And that's all we ask. If you're going to be a supporter, we'll help you. You help us and get this stuff cast around here. We got 113 people on X. Thank you, X viewers. Sorry, we've been kind of focusing in on the local stuff, but hey, we're out here broadcasting live on 5 different channels out in Harbor Creek because there is no voice for us. We are the voice. There's a couple other podcasters running around. One's ultra liberal. The one other lady, she's not doing it right now. Another gentleman has done it. I said, hey, dude, why don't we combine our forces? Why don't we come together? You come on my show, I come on your show. We build off each other. Never heard back from them. So hey, you knock yourself out. Thanks, Brian. Yeah, Brendan. No, that's Joe. You're a good guy. You've been to our house. You've gotten T-shirts, and I think I got. Did I have one? Okay, oh, here. We'll do it. We'll do a midstream hat change. There you go. There's the official hat. So here, I'll move this out of the way. See? Oop, I got a T-shirt, but I was cold. I got my favorite little lounging shirt on. Brenda, you got another video for us? This
When it comes to Operation Lone Star, what does that mean for us? That means working in close collaborations with our local, state, and federal partners. Working alongside the National Guard helps us prevent, mitigate, and respond to any illicit activity in areas that see high threat levels. So working alongside our National Guardsmen has been an extremely positive experience for our agents and very beneficial, especially when it comes to the safety of our agents. They are strategically placed in areas of our responsibility, such as gaps in the border wall. We have National Guard standing by, and they add that extra eye, that extra protection to our border in order for us to complete our border security mission.
But it's funny, the liberals get mad at how much it's going to cost. I'd rather spend the money down the border than in Ukraine. Just saying, give me a Yahoo if you agree. Three, two, one. That stuff is nasty. Woo, buddy. Guys are cool. They got these guys. If I'm not mistaken, that's a high rebar. Hey, it works. Bring me in just a little bit. Yeah, we try. There's so many videos of all the action that's going on down there. They've got these big cranes moving panels and guys hand welding every column. It was fun to watch this one video. The guy just comes up with a big forklift and dumps the big squares down and they roll off and they go right into a jig cut at an angle. So they're all perfectly laid out. They just come in and do their welding thing. Bless their hearts, bless the Border Patrol, bless the Marines and the Army and National Guards, the men and women are down there, keeping our border safe. And that's exactly all we wanted, people. That's all we wanted from our administration is to keep America great and keep it safe. And the the, the mayor of Chicago, they did a poll. His approval rating is down to 6%. 6, not 60, 6%. And of course, what does he do? He opens up his briefcase and he's flipping through all of his excuses. What does he pull? The race card. Bam. That's because you guys are racist. You hate black Democrats controlled cities. This is Brian, you're live.
Hey, Brian, this is Mark Tuttle. How are you, sir?
Hi, Mark Tuttle. Long time no see. How you been, sir?
I have been good. Sorry I couldn't come Sunday night. My wife had an emergency at home. Let's just put it that way, okay?
Family first, my friend. Family first. We had a great
Yes.
turnout. We had a blast. Jake Banta and I were having a good time.
Yeah. Hey, I got a good one for you. For our church opens up for elections and stuff.
Right.
We had to put a sign out in front of our church that says we do not endorse any candidate, because somebody put a sign up there, nobody else put a sign up, and people called the church because they thought that we were endorsing one candidate. So we have a big sign out front now at elections. They said we do not endorse any candidate. Can you believe that?
Well, yeah. Well, there's Karens out there everywhere that will absolutely take everything apart and make it an issue when it's not even an issue. We know you're not endorsing a candidate, but they just have to prove their point.
Mm-hmm. And what's going on with downtown? I mean, we used to have all these things going on. Now we have like 2 things, and it's like I don't go to either one of them.
No, we didn't go down to celebrate Erie because I'm not. I got called a racist one time because I don't like rap music. No, sorry, I'm a product of the '80s where rap
Yeah,
music wasn't angry and didn't call
well,
people names.
right. Well, we go down like Sunday night because we like country music.
Right.
But I don't go down for the Rib Fest and everything else we have down there. We got shoved out of town.
Yeah, well, that's because the Democrats don't want loud motorcycles and, motorcycles that cost 10, 20, 30, $40,000 down there. They want their face painting, kumbaya, unicorn parade stuff.
I understand what you're saying.
And then, of course, we got to make sure we have enough park benches, and we have to have feeding facilities for all the unicorns that are in parades. So
Mhm.
they
Yep.
ruined Rona Shore. Best thing that ever happened to Erie. It was in the top 10 motorcycle rallies in the country. And
Mhm.
they got into a pissing contest with Ralph Bontillo about security. They worked it out. Then unfortunately Ralph died, and then his second in command unfortunately died. So yeah, people are like, bring it back. It's not coming back. The mayor won't allow
No.
it, and it's trademarked and it won't come back.
And I talked to a lot of people with motorcycles, and they said they would never take them. They don't take them downtown anymore because of that.
And the roads suck.
Mhm.
The roads suck.
Yeah.
Oh.
Have you gone down State Street yet? Lately.
I was there
Feels like a war sport.
Yeah, I've heard stories that the roads downtown are worse than the streets in Iraq. And then, you're gonna drive your bike down there and rattle your teeth out. No thanks.
Yeah.
No, but no, it was but no, hey, thanks for calling in, man. I appreciate you. Thanks for listening. It was nice to hear from you. Last time we talked, I saw you at work as we were passing in the hall.
Yeah, that was about what, 2 minutes?
I said we were passing in the hall.
Yeah. Alrighty, that's all I wanted to say. Talk
Thanks,
to you later,
man.
sir.
Call in anytime, my friend.
Alrighty, bye-bye.
See ya. So yeah, and that's the truth too. We had a great thing, and of course, just like Erie, we can't have nice stuff. And it brought in a lot of tax dollars, and they just had to get into a pissing contest about the money. And They ruined it, and it'll never come back, and nothing will ever replace it because you can't replace Rowan to Shore. The bike's still sitting out the Erie Area Manufacturers Association. It's still sitting there. It's all signed by all the rock stars. Um, and I think they fixed it when a certain mayor was riding it and fell. But hey, at least Motorcycle Joe rode a motorcycle, and I get that, and for that I salute you because he was the one that actually put Rotor Shore together, and that will be his part of his great legacy that he was the help birth Roaring to Shore, and he had a little motorcycle incident with that custom bike. But that's how it rolls. So Brenda, more videos. I saw that, and it just made me laugh because that's I believe off of Paul. It's a hybrid between Apocalypse Now and some other movies, but yeah, because Mexico has authorized the president to send in our guys to take out their bad guys. So it's a good deal. That's why I figured that was an appropriate video. Quick, short. All the military guys like, yeah, that's right. I remember hanging out of a Huey back in the 60s and 70s. That was my first helicopter ride. Was sitting in the gunner seat of a Huey. So I remember that. I got a picture in here somewhere of it. I'll have to dig it up. But yeah, I mean it's 9:15. We've had a great show. If anybody wants to do a quick call, we'll give the last call.
I'm not sure.
Brenda, you got any more videos for us to play?
Continued scorn the Democrats have for everyday Americans than what was exhibited last night on Mehdi Hassan's show. He was joined on the air by the execrable Congresswoman from Minnesota, Ilhan Omar. Here she is explaining that Americans are just stupid.
These people are just idiots. I really, I'm at the point where it's become really hard to have an intellectual debate with any of these people because the level of stupidity that they are displaying every single day is frankly embarrassing, not just in Congress, but as Americans. And the fact that these people are allowed to say just the most ridiculous things tells you that the dumbing of the United States has arrived because how else do we get a Trump presidency again?
Yeah, it must be the stupidity. It can't be that you guys chose every wrong position as possible to take in American politics, and now the American people have rejected you. It can't be that at all.
Here you have a person from Somalia telling you and me how dumb we are because we disagree with her. Typical Democrat, torn right out of their playbook. The minute you disagree with them, they're dumb. The name calling starts. The personal attacks. I had a post up. I don't know. I think it was about the budget. And here comes some whack job Democrat making all this disgusting sexual. I can't even say it on the show because my mom and dad listen to the show, and I don't want to hurt their ears. But that's just the crap they resort to because that's the only argument they have is just crap. It's just like I know the president of the Erie School Board. Look at his bullshit Facebook pages he puts up. It's just all about dirty sex crap. And this is the guy in charge of the Erie School Board? Are you shitting me? He shouldn't even be allowed near this place. If they knew what he was doing, oh, wait a minute, that's Democrats. That's cool. They're allowed to do shit like that. So yeah, I mean, and I totally get it. But that's exactly the right out of their playbook. She doesn't agree with us. You're stupid. And if you don't agree with them, you're a threat to democracy. Well, I don't know. We're a republic, so I could really give a shit what you say about a threat to democracy. And and then Trump's a dictator. I could have sworn we just had an election in November that, oh, I don't know, the college electoral vote system, JD, voted for him and the popular vote and took 7 swing states because you Democrats have ruined this country and we, the people, are sick of it. And we are waking up and we're going to take our country back. And they hate it. They hate that they're not in charge. They hate us. And that's why I tell people, be frosty, watch your 6, do what you got to do. Make sure your doors are locked. Make sure your cars are locked. I've had threats before. They've threatened to come to my house. And I say, bring it on. I'll be your Huckleberry. Yeah. Other than that, Brenda, you got any more for us? If not,
I don't think the Democrats understand that it's over and that there was a vast infrastructure that made their feeble arguments viable. And that infrastructure is now collapsing. People are far more aware and their lives aren't going to function anymore.
Well,
wow. And I can sit here and I can just go blah 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 for the hour, but that's why we do like the libs of TikTok. We just kind of gather different videos from different perspectives, East Coast, West Coast, North, South, and bring it to Erie and put it on a local platform for we, the people of Erie County. We're not alone. We're not. The Democrats like to say that you're the crazy ones. You're the stupid ones. You're a threat. And did it. We're not. So don't worry. We're going to ramp up this year. We're going to get these lower offices put in place. We got to work hard in the city. We got great candidates like Matt. He's running for city controller. If you live in a city and you need you want to get signatures of these folks, please do. Stop down and see us on Friday. Everybody will have the petition. And that's why Kim's such a great human being. She could say, no, this is my event and you can only sign mine. You got a petition and you're a Republican. Come on down. Let's get this thing done. That, my friends, is what we call teamwork. That is a winning attitude. It's just like the other 3 female candidates, that are running. The 3 of them are kind of working together as a team, and that's fine. That's a great tactic. Kim set the bar high way before they even, I think, were ready to run. So that's why there's a little separation. It's nothing personal. There's no message there other than we had Kim up and running months ago, and she was just biting at the chomps to announce. And I said, relax, get your petitions. Let's do this thing right, step by step. Don't need to rush. And you'll have now she's going to have a great event because now we're going to have the sheriff there. Matt's going to be there. Other people, Nate's going to be there. These people are going to come in and you get to meet them. Again, if you didn't want to spend the $30 to go to the Lincoln breakfast, come on down. This one's a no brainer. It doesn't cost anything. Come on down. And Kim Hunter, I'll get the roads fixed. I get it. Maybe if we stop putting so much money into park benches and painting sidewalks and we could actually work on the, infrastructure to make Erie great again. That's why I start off the show with the hat. And if you want to make Erie great again hat, see Brenda on Friday. We'll have them for sale. We're not making any money. We're just basically paying for the hats and getting them out the door. We want our message clear. You can go on my social media and check out our hashtags. Hashtag vote red instead. Hashtag make Erie great again. Really simple stuff, people. Really simple. Brenda, if you don't have any more videos, go ahead and roll the outro. Because
I have one last funny. It's a video that we have all seen, but it was made funnier.
Lay it on me, sister.
Yep, upstairs. Careful, careful. You know how you are with stairs. Okay, that podium, yes. Walk forward, say hi to the general, and stop. And stop. Where you go? Not that general. Oh my God. Joe, go back to the podium. Joe. Oh my God, this is so awkward. These poor cadets. Joe, to the podium. Could you? Yeah, thank you. Direct him to the podium, please. Come on. There you go, old man. Get up there. No, the podium, you idiot! Where are you going? Oh, God. You know, I hope something happens to you later.
A few moments later.
All right, go ahead and walk off the stage now, Joe. Whoa, whoa, whoa! What happened? Did someone push you? Invisible stairs? Where? There's nothing there, Joe!
And then I'm not here to beat him up. I'm really not. But we really dodged a bullet on that one. And we really dodged a bullet with Kamala Harris. I mean, the cackling hen that just needed to go away. And now she wants to run for governor of California. You knock yourself out. Actually, there's a good Republican sheriff running. We'll dig some stuff out about him because, like I said, we like to talk about everywhere in the country. And again, a special shout out to our folks on X, people down in Florida. I have folks that are telling me they're watching in Florida, Texas, Colorado. My humble little show is sprouted its wings and flying across the country. And thanks to all our new listeners on X, I appreciate it. It's very humbling effect. Please like, share if you're on YouTube. I believe we have people on YouTube. Yes, we have a couple people on YouTube. Please like, subscribe. There's no charge. That way we can get better traction. The Facebook is doing phenomenal. I get off here and look at the stats and go, yay. And now we're coming off there watching the stats on X going, woohoo.
We had 5 on Rumble and 2 on Instagram.
Oh, wow. Yes. Yeah. I can't see those guys. So yeah, it's getting traction. We've been working up. JD gave us some suggestions on how to make our X look better. And of course we listened. When JD speaks, we listen. So, we took his suggestion and we're running with that. He's got a bigger following on X than we do because I'm still relatively new to X and didn't really play with it until JD's like, that's where you need to be, Brian. Yes, Mr. Marine guy. So other than that, I want to personally thank you all for coming out. We got, don't forget Kim's event on Friday. I mean, I'm very sad though. I was looking forward to going to Calamari's, and I was very excited to go down to the Democrat headquarters and stop in and say hi. I think they've moved. I don't know. Someone, maybe Harrison, can dig around where the new Democrat headquarters is. They're not on State Street anymore. There's another business in there. I think maybe they got thrown out. That would suck. But it's fun. It was fun to go down to Calamari's and walk down the street down there, and that's where my most funnest, bad English, interview is when I got the interview live with Santana of the Democrat Party. Yeah, I slammed him shut right down there. I don't care how big and tall and ugly you are. I still won him.
And don't forget that that's where we hung the Trump flags.
I had no idea what you're talking about. Some hoodlums hung a Trump flag on the Democrat Party's window. My DNA or fingerprints had nothing to do with that one. Other than that, we're going to go ahead and bring this thing in for a landing. Brenda, you want to bring out our outro music? I'll get rid of Kim Flyer.
All the things were gone. I worked for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife. Thank my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. Sing it! God bless the USA! hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston, and New York to LA, where there's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say, I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free, and I won't forget the man who died, who gave that right to me, and I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. Proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free, and I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me, and I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the
Everybody, thanks for coming out tonight. A special thank you to everybody that called in. Of course, a special thank you to my lovely wife for keeping the show together, get the videos loaded, get them squared away, get the sound right. And we humbly appreciate everything she does and all of you, because if it wasn't for you, there would be no us. And of course, a special shout out to all my new friends on X. I appreciate you guys. Send me a message, tell us who you are, where you're at, and I will just give you a personal thank you. All right, everybody, let's be safe out there. Watch our sixes. Good night. Shank.